What is literary fiction? Some people would argue that it is the antithesis to genre fiction. This subject has been argued many times, and some people would see it as being superior to genre fiction. I assure you there is more overlap between literary and genre than you think. It's worth noting here that in regards to a book becoming literary, that term itself is a little bit wibbly-wobbly. Nevertheless, in order to stereotypically define it, literary fiction is focused on a question. It is focused on the human condition, predominantly character-based and not very commercial. Genre fiction can be said to be the inverse. It is highly commercial. It is plot-driven. It's not asking readers any questions. Now, the smart sausages around us will identify that there are some literary works that definitely follow that pattern of a genre, and there are some genre that definitely follow that pattern of being literary. You would be hard-pressed to argue that Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment is not formulaic and follows a very specific plot point. Equally, it would be difficult to argue that Asimov's Foundation series isn't asking any questions. And that's simply why this stereotyping does not work. I hate seeing people who are reading Neil Gaiman, Brandon Sanderson, Ursula K. Le Guin and Tolkien arguing against literary fiction when they themselves are reading literary authors. For what I would posit as what is deemed literary is something that is willing to push the boundaries. Therefore, you will see the classic names pop up, such as David Foster Wallace, Pynchon, Bulgakov, because they were pushing the boundaries of their work. In terms of Pullman, Rowling, Dahl, Christie, Tolkien, Sanderson, and Asimov, they all pushed the boundaries of what these works were to do. Being experts within that genre and understanding the mechanics of that genre, they were able to engineer new forms of storytelling, new ways of character engagement, new ways to progress plot. All of those authors are literary, and to argue that they are not is a hard ask. So what is literary fiction, and what is it to be literary? If it's pushing the boundaries, if it's taking you outside of that comfort zone from the formulaic, it's probably literary, and you're probably reading literary fiction. I'd like to know your opinion on this, so let me know down below what you think in relation to this. But all these big names that I see people besmirching as just purely genre fiction, that there's nothing to get out of their works. Like, really? Shelley, Stoker, Lovecraft, these like genre writers, what, they're not literary? Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm happy to change my mind on this, but most of what people are reading, they're probably literary.